Hey, I'm going to be making a video about the airplane crash in Louisville. I used to work there at the UPS facility, so I got some thoughts. Anyway, here we see the plane on fire before it crashed. So, not sure what the pilots could have done at that point. And then we see a huge fireball. That's the video somebody posted. Okay, so what I did for a long time was I was loading these cans that you see there. And these are an upper deck can, and you'd fit quite a lot of those on the MD-11, which is what the video was about, or what the crash was. They also fit a little bit bigger one called an AMJ. So most of the time when I was loading cans for MD-11, we wouldn't be doing the AADs, we'd be doing the AMJs, or the bottom deck had smaller cans. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what could have happened inside a can that could have caused the crash this fast. Because whenever they were on the tarmac ready to take off, there wasn't any problem detected, or they wouldn't have taken off with their aircraft. They would have stayed on the ground and tried to escape if they'd seen this coming. So you have to presume that the pilots did not know there was a problem when they started takeoff, and now they were barely off the ground when the video started. So they were clearly, whatever happened quickly. Some other possibility. So it's very hard for me to visualize what could have happened inside. Any problem from a package should have taken longer than a minute or two to actually become a big problem. Maybe an explosion, though it looks like it was closer to the wing, closer to a problem with the fuel tanks. So we're going to talk about maintenance issues in a little bit here, but I don't think it was a package that exploded or something. I guess we'll get reports soon enough on that. So, the next thing that some people have said is when you load these cans in the plane, if it was unbalanced, like they tell us as a loader, because I loaded the planes too with the cans, and so some of those would be thought to be a possible cause of a crash. It seems unlikely that it would happen on the runway, though, because your weight could shift backwards. That's about the only possibility. And I think the plane would have gotten further up into the air, gotten out of sight of the airport, if that was the problem. So I do not think it was a loader problem. I don't think it was a ramp crew made a mistake. And I don't think it was a load planning problem that would have caused this. So that leaves, I guess there's a possibility something in the load injured the pilot on takeoff, and then the pilot wasn't able to do their job. But that still doesn't explain the fire before the crash. So that leaves us with like maintenance issues, sabotage, and a bird strike as the top three options. That they haven't reported what happened yet. Just that there was a crash, at least not that I've seen. So, this was a 34-year-old plane. Alright, I forgot what I was saying, but I found a picture of the MD-11. This has the big engine in the back, and two engines, one on each wing. Anyway, so I'm actually leaning towards sabotage or old age, because I don't know exactly how old age, but it's a 34-year-old plane that crashed, and I think that's going to be a factor when you actually find the final reason for why this plane crashed. Don't think human error on the part of the loaders is going to be the problem. Tell me in the comments, and we'll see when the news comes out about that eventually.